All right, today we're jumping into a really fantastic story. It's about a tech startup in Senegal called Pulsar Smart Agri, and they are completely changing the game for farmers by connecting them to the future.
You know, everything they do starts with this one powerful question. It's not just about helping people grow more food, it's about helping them grow actual businesses, turning farmers into entrepreneurs. This idea is the foundation for everything that follows.
But to really get why Pulsar's solution is so brilliant, we first have to understand the incredible challenges that farmers in the Sahel region are up against every single day.
So for millions of people, this isn't just a job. It's what's called survival agriculture. Just try to imagine it. You're fighting against massive water shortages, your soil is getting worse year after year, and you're totally cut off from any real markets where you could get a fair price. You're making decisions based on tradition, not data. You can see how, when you pile all these problems on top of each other, the old way of doing things just becomes completely unsustainable.
Okay, so when you're facing problems that are this complex and all tangled together, a simple little fix isn't going to cut it. It just won't. What you need is a totally new way of thinking, a new vision that sees the whole entire picture.
And this, right here, is the absolute core of what Pulsar's all about. They got it. They understood you can't just hand a farmer a cool new sensor and then just walk away expecting miracles. For real, lasting change, you have to build an entire support system around them, a connected ecosystem where all the pieces work in harmony.
So what does that look like? Well, they built their strategy on three really solid pillars that cover the whole journey. First, use tech to produce more crops and do it smarter. Second, don't just sell the raw product. Transform it right there to add value. Think about turning mangoes into dried fruit instead of selling them for next to nothing. And third, use digital tools to actually sell those new, more valuable products. It's a complete plan, from the moment you plant a seed to the moment you make a sale. So let's dive into the tech that makes that first pillar, producing smarter, actually happen. It all starts with this tough, smart little box that sits right at the heart of the farm.
This is the Pulsar Infinite Box. Honestly, the best way to think about it is as the brain in the field. It's solar-powered, built to withstand the elements, and it's an IoT device. That's Internet of Things. It's the central hub that's gathering all the important data from the soil and beaming it up to the cloud.
So what's actually inside this thing? It's a fantastic example of simple parts coming together to do something powerful. You've got an Arduino Uno, that's the little processor running the show. The 8-in-1 sensor, those are its eyes and ears, constantly checking soil moisture, temperature, pH, and the big three nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. A communication module lets us talk to the network. Then there's the relay, which is basically the hands ready to flip the switch on the water pump. And of course, a solar panel and battery to keep it running all on its own.
But look, collecting a bunch of data is only half the job. The real magic, the part that changes everything, is turning all that raw information into simple, clear advice that a farmer can actually use.
This chart shows you that journey. So the data starts in the dirt with the sensor, it flows through the Pulsar Infinite Box, and then it gets sent up to a server in the cloud. Up there, it gets mixed with weather forecasts and info about the specific crop that's being grown before the analysis begins.
And how does it analyze it? With a seriously powerful machine learning model called XGBoost. Now, you don't need to be a data scientist, don't worry. All you need to know is that this AI looks at all the pieces, the moisture in the soil, the humidity in the air, the kind of crop it is, and it calculates the perfect amount of water needed right down to the minute.
And this is the punchline. All of that complex technology, all the AI and cloud computing, it all gets boiled down to one beautifully simple message on the farmer's phone. Water for 25 minutes. That's it. No more guessing, no more wasting water. Just a clear, precise instruction that saves resources and boosts the health of the crops. That is just so powerful. But remember what we said earlier. The smart irrigation, as cool as it is just the entry point. It's the hook that gets farmers into a much, much bigger platform that's designed to help every single part of their business.
The full Pulsar ecosystem is huge. It has tools to help farmers get financing for new equipment. It has a social network so they can share tips and tricks with each other. It even has crowdfunding tools for community projects, and an e-commerce platform so they can sell their products directly to customers. It's the whole shebang, a 360-degree support system.
And hey, this isn't just an idea on a whiteboard. It's happening, for real. In Senegal, more than 500 different enterprises and farming cooperatives are already using the Pulsar platform. So the model isn't just proven, it's growing. And the farmers using it are growing all sorts of things. The platform isn't just for one type of crop. It's super versatile.
It's most popular for market vegetables, which makes sense because they're so important for local economies, but it's also being used for staples like legumes and cereals.
That versatility goes right down into the ground itself. I mean, to work in a place like the Sahel, a system has to be tough and adaptable. And Pulsar has shown it works in a whole range of soil types, from the light, sandy soils you see a lot in the region all the way to heavy clay. It's a solution that was truly built to handle the diverse African environment.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, the tech, the ecosystem, the real-world results, you start to realize that this whole thing is about way more than just farming.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? This is not some solution that was dreamed up somewhere else and just dropped into a new place. This is a homegrown innovation built from the ground up by people who live there and who deeply understand the challenges. It's just such a powerful statement of self-reliance and local genius.
And that leaves us with one last, really big question to think about. When you see a model like this that successfully blends high-tech with real social impact and a vision for self-sufficiency, is it just changing agriculture? Or is it maybe, just maybe, creating the blueprint for a whole new way of thinking about development for an entire continent?
Absolutely incredible stuff. If you want to learn more and dig in deeper, you can find more information right on Pulsar's website. Thanks for tuning in.